we believe that in our hair we store wisdom of our ancestors. So I really, really wanted to connect with the ancestors of that banyan tree, with my ancestors. And I started to sing, and I felt that an intimate connection with nature. Sound can travel without any obstacles. It can hit people's heart. And through singing and playing instruments, we are connected through the heart. And that bypasses mind. And in that state, we can connect through the songs of our hearts. I think it's really, really powerful and beautiful.
So here she talks about shamanism, but our Vedic culture also says that our origin of Saptaswaras, the 7 notes, we got Sha, Sa, Shadjam from peacock, Ri, Rishabha from bull, Ga, Gandhara from goat, Madhyama, Ma from Krauncha bird, Panchama from koil, Daivata from horse, and Nishada from elephant. This is very beautifully told in Naradiya Shiksha. Just I'll play one song. It's a beautiful song. It is a Malayalam song, but music doesn't have any language. You can see how beautifully the notes and the connection of each animals and birds with the swaras, that is the notes. You can just experience this song. A little play I will play.
Mayuranadam swaramai vidarum षड्जमनादमन्द्रम् मयूरनडनं लयमायि तेलियुं षड्जम् आधारनादम् पमगमग ने
You can see he says Mayura Nadanam. That means when the peacock walks, from that we got Shadja, that is the Sa. He says Shiva Vahaname Nandi. It is Shiva's vehicle, which is Nandi. From that we got the Rishabhaswara.
सन्तोषकारक स्वरं 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 अजरव गान्धार गान्धारं गान्धारम् आमोदकारक स्वरं सुन्दर गान्धारं 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 मध्यमम् ശ്രുതിയിലുണർത്തും നിസ്വരം മധ്യമം ശ്രുതിയിലിണങ്ങും കാരുണ്യം മധ്യമം.
So each swara depicts a particular aesthetic mode. That is what we call it as concept of rasa in our music. So Madhyama represents Karunya, that is Karuna Rasa, which is being told very beautifully in this song. I can share this song later. You can see how each swara gives a particular bhava or aesthetic mood. You can feel that in this ragas, which changes with each swara.
षड्दं सरेगमपद षड्दं.
So I can share this song with you.
സുന്ദര ഗാന്ധാരം ഗാന്ധാരം. പഞ്ചമം വസന്ത കോകിലസ്വനം സ്വനം കോകിലസ്വനം വസന്ത കോകിലസ്വനം. മേഘരാഗം മന്ത്രം ദൈവതോ അശ്വരവല്ലചക്രതി ഉണർത്തും സ്വരൂപം ദൈവം. വിഷാദം. ഗജമുഖനാദം സാന്ത്വനഭാവം ആഗമജപലയ നിഷാദരൂപം നീ ശാന്തമായി പൊഴിയും സ്വരജലകണങ്ങൾ ഏകമായൊഴുകും ഗംഗാപ്രവാഹം.
So Ni gives that Shantarasa, which is like Ganga Pravaham, he says. So beautiful song it is. And you can see that when we imitate the nature, when the primitive man started imitating the sounds in the nature, he got connected to the creator, because nature is one of the wonderful inspirer which connects us to the creator. So that is why it's so beautiful. Music, the listening of music and the musical experience connects us to the nature, because we have got all these sounds from the nature. So this is what I wanted to tell before coming to the therapeutical aspect. And the primitive tribes of all countries of the world used to sing, first of all, in monotonous songs before primitive man. So with one high tone at first. So with the dawn of the civilization, music was gradually evolved further with notes having grace and emotional sentiments. And initially music was through the medium of single note and simple rhythm. So it started with one note, which was called as Archika Gana. Second one was Gatika Gana, with music with two notes, and later on it came to Samika Gana, which is Samagana, with music with three notes. Just now I sang that first opening prayer from Taittiriya Upanishad, which has three notes, which is Anudatta, Udatta, and Swarita, which was sung in the Samagana. And what they did was, in the rituals of previously, they used to do rituals. and they used to pick the Rig Veda mantras, and they used to sing according to the ritual. They used to sing this Samagana using these three notes, and that is how Samagana came. And Swarantara Gana is music with 4 notes, and Audava Gana is music with 5 notes, and Shadava Gana with 6 notes. Later on, it was Sampurna Gana with all the 7 notes. This is how the evolution of music from single note, it evolved into 7 notes. Now coming to this music therapy. So music therapy in the West was like Greek philosopher Pythagoras is considered to be the founder of music therapy in the 6th century. So the first documented music medicine in general hospital began in 1484 in Bayazid Hospital in the city of Aden, where during Ottoman Empire. And mental disorders were treated with music, and each key, makam, that key was called as makam, of classical Turkish music, were used to treat a different diseases. So in 1744, you can see this, and in 1800, Florence Nightingale was the one who recognized the power of music, and she used to give music therapy for those soldiers who were wounded in Crimean War. So this was during 1800. So this was the concept of music therapy in the West, but we had music therapy 5,000 years back, which was mentioned in Ayurveda. So Acharya Charaka in his Ayurvedic treatise, which is Charaka Samhita, during 400 to 200 BCE in Vimanasthana, recommends listening to vocal and instrumental music. So pleasing to the ears, soft, sweet, and agreeable to ward off Pitta, or the fire element in the body. You all know that whenever there is a balance of 3 elements, then only it is health. That is Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So whenever there is an imbalance in Pitta element, it is recommended that you listen to the music. So in his Sutrasthana, Charaka advises musical sounds in the case of unconsciousness for counseling. In case of excessive vomiting and dehydration, there develops a complication of faintness. So under these circumstances, it is recommended that they listen to the sound of flute or lyre, and this is mentioned in Sushruta Samhita also. And Acharya Vagbhata in his Ashtanga Hridaya tells that it is very good to, along with the herbal application of paste like camphor and sandal, which is cooling, it is very good to listen to good music for warding off excessive heat, which is due to Pitta. So what is music therapy? Let's try to understand. So music therapy is a multidisciplinary field. It involves fields of musicology, psychology, acoustics, which is science of sound, sociology, which is science of social behavior and human societies, and anthropology, which includes material culture and mind culture, and also neurology, where there is a branch of medicine which concerns our nervous system. All these fields put together is music therapy. So music therapy involves all these fields. It's not just giving a raga to a certain disease. It's not that. For giving a raga to a certain disease, you need to know all these fields. So this is about what is music therapy. Now, there are various music therapy techniques. We have a tabla, mridanga, konnakkol, that is voice percussions. We sing that, and listening to live or recorded music, learning music, assisted meditation techniques or relaxation techniques. So during yoga nidra or deep relaxation technique, we can listen to appropriate ragas. and singing of familiar songs with live or recorded accompaniment, which is karaoke singing, which is most popular. And we also have one of the app called Star Maker nowadays in the mobile. You can sing along that. That is also a music therapy. Playing instruments such as hand percussions, also keyboard, improving music on instruments of voice, changing the song lyrics, expressing your own feelings for a famous song. Just I wanted to mention here in one of my patient, like he liked that song which is in Bilawal, Rag Bilawal, which is Dil Hi Chota Sa. You must be knowing that famous A.R. Rahman song. So what he did was he changed the lyrics according to his expression of feelings. So it was a wonderful outcome, and he was much relieved with all his symptoms. And this is some which I wanted to tell. And learning to play an instrument such as piano or guitar, dancing or moving to a live or recorded music, writing choreography for music, discussing your emotional reaction and also meaning of the music also helps in music therapy. So this is about music therapy techniques. Now, how does music help? So music helps in promoting wellness, managing stress, alleviating pain, expressing one's feelings, enhancing memory, improve communication, and promote physical rehabilitation. So in my study, we gave Bhupali Raga, which helped in parasympathetic activation. It also helped in improving memory, attention, and concentration in college students. The same Raga Bhupali. So I just wanted to tell how it helps music. And coming to Indian music therapy. So music therapy is actually the use of music and musical elements, that is sound, rhythm, melody, harmony, and pitch. This is according to Western concept, but according to Indian concept, we have seven basic elements or technical compartments of Indian classical music, like Nada, Shruti, Swara, Raga, Tala, Rasa, and Tata. When we use all these elements to facilitate healing process, that is the basis of Indian music therapy, and it is like suitable type of music with a specific tonal qualities. That means combination or a combination of frequencies in the swara in a particular raga will give a particular mood, aesthetic mood, which is depicts a particular aesthetic mood. And this is very important, playing the right type of melody at the right time. This is a very important concept which is emphasized in Indian music therapy, time theory, playing at the suitable time. If a particular raga is not played at a particular time, it gives adverse effect. That is what Sangeeta Makaranda tells, and Sangeeta Makaranda is a treatise written by Narada Maharshi. So coming to music therapy, what is music therapy? So music therapy is emotional healing. So what is emotional healing? Emotional healing is to ward off the negative feelings of criticism, anger, guilt, and resentment, and replace them with positive mental thought patterns like love, compassion, pleasantness, and calmness. See, I wanted to tell you, I just now told you that music therapy is about musicology, which just now we understood that it is about all the seven elements of Indian music, which I just now told you. It is Nada, Shruti, Swara, Raga, Tala, Rasa, and Tata. We have to know about this in brief. And coming to the psychological aspect, Patanjali 5,000 years back was the best psychologist. And Patanjali Yoga Sutra, 2 sutras will give you the component of emotional healing so beautifully. So the sutra number 133, and 233. So in 133, he says, Maitri Karuna Mudito Pekshanam Sukha Dukka Punya Punya Vishayanam Bhavanatas Chitta Prasadanam, he says, which means Maitri, that is to be friendly with those who are happy. And most of the people, human psychology is we do not want to make friends with those who are happy because we want to tell, cut off sorry figure with those people who are not so happy. So we want to say, Papa, you, what happened to you? Like that, we want to show sympathy. This is human psychology. And second one is be compassionate, that is karuna. Be compassionate towards those who are in distress. This is the second advice he gives, Patanjali. And third one is mudita. Be happy for those who are happy. But we feel jealous. We can't tolerate if somebody is happy. And fourth one, it is ignore the wicked. He says, upeksha, ignore the wicked, which is most difficult. So when we have these four attitudes, that is our intrapersonal awareness, then only he says chitta prasadanam, we feel happy. And this aspect, he says, is brought through musical experience. And also Patanjali says that vitarka vadane pratipaksha bhavanam. Whenever he says you see a negative thoughts, you put the opposite. If you see hatred within you, you should put the opposite. You should cultivate the opposite, which is love. If not, at least neutrality. So this is what he says, 133 and 233. And this putting the opposite when you see the negative is brought through musical experience. So when you listen to a particular raga which depicts a positive mood like Shrungara, Karuna, Shanta, Veera Rasa, all these things will give you a positive feeling which brings a balance, which makes you to feel emotionally. And coming to this aspect, influence of negative emotions on the system and organs. You know, mind and body is connected. That is why music and yoga and Ayurveda, everything is told as mind-body medicine. So whenever there is a wrong thought pattern in your mind, it leads to bodily diseases. So how there is the influence of negative emotion on our system and organs? Let us try to understand. Let me play this for you. So anger, resentment, frustration, jealousy, envy, bitterness, liver, it affects the liver. Hate, stress, all these things affects heart. Anguish, distress, worry affects the stomach. Fear, insecurity, isolation affects the kidney. Impotence, humiliation, not speaking up affects thyroid. Grief, sadness, detachment, depression affects the lungs. Worries, block, joy, tension, concern, discouragement affects the. So this is how it affects each and every system. So this is how it affects even traditional Chinese medicine also talks about the negative emotions and how each organs and system of our body gets affected. You can see that anger affects our, where there is a sympathetic action affects the gallbladder, and grief, large intestine, lack of joy, small intestine, worry, stomach, fear, it affects the bladder, and anger affects the liver. So like this, negative emotions actually affects our systems and organs. Even Chinese medicine supports this, and even Yoga Vasishta, one of our beautiful treatise, yogic treatise, also says that whenever there is a stress, that is, which we call it as adhi, which leads to vyadhi. So adhi is stress, that is emotional imbalance, which leads to vyadhi, that is disease. And now let us try to understand how the rasa aspect in music will help in emotional healing. So rasa is the music, in music is the key for emotional healing. So each raga depicts a particular positive emotion. That is what we call it as rasa. So emotional influence and control is the two key reasons why people listen to music. So music can induce a wide array of strong emotions, including joy, sorrow, anxiety, and peacefulness or tranquility. So consolidation and evocation of rasa represents all the functions of all fine arts. It is not just music. It is music, art, painting, dancing, everything is the evocation of a particular positive mood. So each musical piece depending upon the combination of the notes, which we call it as sur or swara, depicts a particular aesthetic mood or rasa. So when the mind becomes standstill or fixed in a particular aesthetic feeling, that is called as rasanubhava, experiencing a rasa. Now, according to Bharatanatyam Shastra, we got the concept of rasa, that is aesthetic mood. And Bharatanatyam Shastra, he says about 8 rasas. Later on, 9th rasa was added. So we have Navarasa. So what are the Navarasa? You can see here Shringara, Hasya, Karuna, Raudra, Virya, Bhayanaka, Bhibhatsa, Adbhuta, and Shanta. And you can see the related emotions here. So Shringara is beauty, aesthetics, sentiments, and devotion. And Hasya is humor, laughter, and sarcasm. Karuna is empathy, which is compassion and pity. Raudra is anger, violence, irritation, and stress. Virya is courage, heroism, determination, courage, and self-assurance. Bhayanaka, fear, terror, anxiety, nervousness, and worry. Bibhatsa is disgust, depression, and dissatisfaction. Adbhuta, wonder, curiosity, astonishment, and mystery. And Shanta is calmness, peace, relaxation, and rest. So among these, I told you, among these 8, 4 are primary and 4 are secondary. And love, valor, and fury, disgust are the primary rasas. So for our musical purpose, only 4 rasas we take into account, which is Shringara, that is love, Karuna, Shanta, and Veera. So this is about the concept of rasa. And what is rasanubhava? Rasanubhava is shredding of our egocentric attitude. Let me give you a small instance. See, most of the disease we get here is due to 4 wrong thought patterns, which is criticism, guilt, anger, and resentment. 4 wrong thought patterns. So what happens is these things comes because of the egocentric attitude, right? And you all know that yoga is that which helps us to merge into that Paramatman. Yujyate anena iti yoga, that is joining the Jivatma with the Paramatma. Music also helps us to join that Paramatman, which is all love, all light, all peace. If you want to join that love, light, and peace, you have to be that. Otherwise, it's not possible. That is what yoga teaches us. Yoga teaches us to remove our egocentric attitude. See, Jivatma, that is the soul, is emitting the light of love. But what happens is that light of love passes through Ahankara and splits into 6 negative emotions, which is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. See, just like a light enters into a spectrum and divides into seven colors, similarly, soul, the pure consciousness, is emitting the light of love because of ahankara, that I-ness. We get into I want this, I want that. That means you want to satisfy your other needs, where we get into krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all the negative qualities. So when you listen to a music, a particular raga, it touches our heart because it depicts a particular rasa. Then you will realize that our pure consciousness, that happiness which our pure consciousness expresses. So and it is this ananda which you get from this rasanubhava is that inner happiness which takes away all the pain and miseries. Then comes that healing process, which is music therapy. So previously in Vedic period and post-Vedic period, Shringara and Adbhuta in the form of devotion to the Supreme Lord were the main rasa. But what happened is in modern times, people have lost the purpose of life, which is moving towards like what happens. You see any movie or any art, everything depicts a fear, sadness, disgust, and anger. That is the negative emotion. So and expression of art. So the art with this negative emotion, which we call it as disagreeable rasa, is unhealthy for the artist and the listener or the spectator. That is why if you have seen that most of the movie stars have died due to cancer, which is strong resentment. And so what I want to say is that negative emotions, which is criticism, anger, fear, and guilt and resentment, which leads to all kind of diseases in our body. For example, we criticize others, and the same attitude we also criticize our own self. And why anger? Anger is each and every moment we want to control people, control situation, which is unable, which is not possible. We can't control anyone in this life, anyone in this in our lives, because not even our own children. We can't control anyone. When we can't control, it leads to anger. By controlling attitude, because of the egoistic attitude, egocentric attitude, and guilt. You when what happens when you go against what is right? Your inner voice will be telling, "Hey, don't do that," but you don't listen to the inner voice. You are carried away with the negative emotions and do whatever you want. But inner voice, that is the guiding principle within you, never stops telling, hey, what you did was wrong, which leads to emotional conflict, which leads to all types of what we call it as pragna, pragnaparada, Ayurveda talks about. So pragnaparada is knowingly going against what is right. So when you do that, your whatever in the mind, it leads to stress, because inner voice telling something, you are doing something, there is a conflict, and that leads to stress. When there is a stress, what happens? It percolates into the pranic level. How? Irrhythmic and erratic breathing pattern. Later on, when there is an erratic breathing pattern, what happens? First system which is affected is your digestive system, because your digestive system doesn't get proper oxygen supply, so it doesn't work properly. Toxins not removed from the body properly, then you get all kind of disease. That is why when you go to Ayurveda doctor, he says he first corrects your digestive system. He corrects your bowel movement. Then he starts the other balancing of doshas. So this is what happens. And coming to four prominent rasas in music, this Shringara, which is seeing beauty and love everywhere. That means dressing attractively and speaking nicely, behaving nicely, and creating a loving atmosphere in within friends and family, good manners. All these things is Shringarasa, love. And coming to calmness, it is where there is a balance between need and desire. Then only it is calmness comes. That means balancing between need and greed. And Veera is self-assurance, fearlessness, and determination, heroism, all these things. Karuna Rasa is where you have that compassion towards others, empathy. That is Karuna Rasa. So these are the four positive emotion which is brought out through music. And one thing I want to tell is the purpose of music is only to reach the Supreme Lord. But we have forgotten that. That is why temples were our cultural centers. Any music or dance was only performed in the temple. We had a place in the temple. If you see South Indian temples, especially Kumbakonam and other Chennai temples, you can see the middle place is meant for a stage where the fine arts were performed there. And it was not meant for people going on the stage and showing their ornaments, that, this, and all, and sari, and singing the music. It was not meant for entertaining others, but for entertaining the Supreme Lord. I'll tell you one story. You will understand the purpose of music. Tansen was the court singer of Akbar. So once what happened was, Akbar asked, "Hey, I want to listen to your guru. If you sing so nicely, I want to listen to your guru." Then Tansen says, "If you want to listen to my guru, you have to come where he sings. He sings in a cave." "Oh, okay, let us go," he said, and Akbar goes along with him in a disguise. The singing will be coming from the cave. It will be so beautiful, that tone, clear tone, that beautiful raga, and it will be coming so nicely. Akbar falls unconscious, and that means he goes to trance. Then he comes back and he says, "Hey, why can't you sing like your guru?" he asks. Then Tansen replies, "Jahapana, I am singing for you, but my guru sings for the Supreme Lord. That is why his music is so good." So this is the purpose of music. And the purpose of music, bringing these four rasais, love for and devotion for the Supreme Lord, which Meera sings beautifully, "Tan man dhan sab bhent dharungi, bhajan karungi tumhara," and which brings that calmness where you desire only your love and attachment will be only for the Supreme Lord, not for any material things. And self-assurance, Veera Rasa, which means, hey, someday you will reach that Supreme Lord. You have forgotten and you are coming here and suffering. We all are doing that, right? There is one beautiful song in Bhairavi Rag, which is a famous movie song. Although it is a Bollywood song, it has such a beautiful spiritual meaning. Laga chunari mein daag chipau kaise, ghar jau kaise. In that song, he says, "Bhool gayi मैं बचन बिता के, खो गई मैं ससुराल में आके." I forgot the promise which I made to you, O my Lord. I came to this sasural, that is this material existence, and I'm suffering so much. जाके बाबुल से नजरे मिलाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे? How do I go back to my Lord? How do I show my face to my Lord? See, in Garbhopanishad, it is said that in 7th month, the child remembers all his previous janmas, all his previous incarnations. It is told in 8th and 9th verse. You can refer to that. He say then in that moment, the Lord, he can see the Lord. And when he sees the Lord, he prays, "Oh my Lord, I have done so much of uh, papa, bad deeds I have done, and I have come here. My journey, I'm suffering so much. Oh my Lord, when I come out from this womb, get me out of this womb. So miserable in this womb, amidst of filth and dirt. When I come out of this womb, I will follow Sankhya Yoga." Put it in quotes. He says, I will follow Sankhya Yoga. The child promises, that means the Jiva promises the Lord, I will follow Sankhya Yoga when I come out. But what happens? The moment that head comes out of the vagina of the mother, it forgets all the promises. It forgets everything. It involves in material existence. That is why he says, "Bhool gayi mein bachan bita ke, kho gayi mein ससुराल में आके जाके, बाबुल से नजरे मिलाओ कैसे, घर जाओ कैसे." So beautiful song it is. Next is Karuna Rasa, which is suffering, where we have that viraha for getting away from the Lord. Actually we envied the Supreme Lord, and we have come here to mend ourselves, egoistic attitude. But we know that we are suffering the separation of the Lord, viraha. We are suffering. That gives that karuna bhava. So these are the four rasas. And now let us understand positive attitude and health. What happens when we bring love, joy, courage, calmness, wonder are the desirable rasa. Anger, fear, sadness, disgust are not desirable. So when there is a disagreeable rasa for long period, it disturbs the biochemical environment in our body, and it leads to disease. So maintaining an agreeable rasa for a long period of time stabilizes our body with music like love, joy, courage, calmness. Everything we should hear those songs, those music, which gives the positive attitude. And you know this, we have four happy chemicals, which is oxytocin, which we call it as love hormone, which can be brought out while listening to Shringar Rasa, and dopamine, that is the reward chemical, we can bring it to Veera Rasa, and serotonin with Shanta Rasa, endorphin, it is the painkiller again with Veera Rasa. Like that, we can bring that happiness chemicals, which helps us to maintain our body. That means maintain our body in a healthy way. And here, as I told you, that four negative attitude, we should put the counter positive, which brings emotional healing, which is Vitarka Badane Pratipaksha Bhavanam, which is brought out through music and musical experience. And approaches to Indian music therapy can be raga-based approach and genre-based approach. And genre-based approach is here where the client with less exposure to classical music are given genre-based approach. The choice of musical pieces could be like devotional music, light music, and even cinema music. Not recommended, of course, but for them to feel the raga, the swaras, you can give them. And raga-based approaches where we give the appropriate ragas for appropriate disease. And in my course in Swaraveda, I teach all these things, which disease, which raga, which I will be connecting all these various ancient texts, and I will be giving. And let's try to understand for music for one disease. So emotional cause of asthma. So it is like asthma means, it's a breathing problem, right? What happens? How to bring positive assertion through music? See, smooth breathing means love and freedom. When there is difficulty in breathing, it is unloved and people are sad. And what is the cause of emotional cause of asthma. It is anguish to love and be loved. And what happens? It is feeling stifled, suppressed, and crying. So this is what happens in asthma. And how music works in asthma. Music stimulates the part of the brain controlling breathing and emotions. Actually, music stimulates the parasympathetic, which is relaxation nervous system. And singing also, when you sing, also helps the lungs to empty more fully. This avoids frequent top up breaths, which happens in the asthma attack. So let us try to understand what is the healing notes for asthma. So here it is. I choose to be love and loud. So you should bring that Shringar Rasa. So love is the portion of the soul itself and is of the same nature as the celestial breathing of the atmosphere of the paradise. We say that when there's a beautiful breeze, beautiful wind, we say that it is not wind, it is the breathing of the Supreme Lord. We say that is usi. We say in it is the breathing aspect, that is shwasa prashwasa, inhalation and exhalation of the Supreme Lord. That is the wind, we say, actually. So it is very important that we bring that Shringar Rasa for asthma. And what are the notes that evoke Shringar Rasa? It is Ridha Shuddha. And ragas from Kalyan, Bilaval, and Kamaj actually helps in bringing this Shringar Rasa. Correspondingly, Carnatic music, we have Kalyani, Shankarabharana, and Hari Kamboji. So here in my course, I give both Hindustani and Carnatic equivalent. These are the ragas which gives that feel of Shringar Rasa. Let me sing one small lines of each thing. Not everything, of course. I'll sing some 2-3 songs. Just one line. So our Vande Mataram is in Desh Rag, and just let me relate one case study which I did from Swaraveda. This case study was done for a palliative care, where it was a terminal case. I was asked to give music, and it was she had just 3 months. She was suffering from cancer. And if you see the diaries of cancer patients, it is most of the time it is a resentment, strong resentment, which causes cancer. But here in this case, it was not known, but she was not happy that her children were not with her. So they had just put her in a palliative care center, and they were all abroad, and she lacked that love. Actually, I just went and I spoke to her, and I was holding her hand. Mm. So I said, you are going to sing music for me? She asked. Yes, I said, I sing. What music you are going to sing? She asked. She was a wonderful lady. In spite of all her pain, she was asking, what music are you going to play for me? She was asking. I said, shall I sing that raga which brings that love for you? Yes, you sing, she said. So I sang one song. Let me sing that for you. I don't have my Tanpura because I'm somewhere else, not in my home. श्याम ने मुरली मधुर बजाई बजाई, मुरली मधुर बजाई, निर्मल जीवन जमुना जल में निर्मल जीवन, जमुना जल में लहर लहर लहराई श्याम ने, मुरली मधुर बजाई आई, मुरली मधुर बजाई। शुभ्र ज्योत्स्नां पुलकितयामिनी, फुल्लकुसुमिता द्रुमदल शोभिनी, सुभाषिणी सुमधुर भाषिणी, सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम्. So this is also Desh Rag, one song of Kamas. वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे, पीड़ पराई जाने रे, पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए, मन अभिमान ना आने रे, वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे, पीड़ पराई जाने रे. This is Kamas, and that also brings love. There is one beautiful song in Bollywood also. बड़ा नटखट है रे कृष्ण कन्हैया, का करूं यशोदा मैया. That is Kamas. Bhupali. This is of course, this is the raga which I used for my experiment. Just one line of Bhupali. जाओ तोरे चरण कमल परवारी, जाओ तोरे चरण कमल परवारी, हे गोविंद गोपाल मुरारी, शरणागत हो द्वार तिहार, जाओ तोरे चरण कमल परवारी. बगरे दयरानी शरथ रामा, दयरानी शरथ रामा. रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन, हरण भव भय दारुणम्, नवकंज लोचन कंज मुख कंज पद कंजारुणम्, श्रीराम. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. This is a brief of music therapy. It is an ocean. 1 hour में नहीं होता है, but I have tried to bring what is the essence of music therapy here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Vikas ji, thank you so much.
आपको कोटिशा नमन मैडम। ये गागर में सागर जो आज आपने भरा है, एक भारतीय शास्त्रीय संगीत का जो वैविध्य है, संगीत एक उपचार के रूप में जो स्थापित हो रहा है, आज आज का विज्ञान भी जिसे मान रहा है, उसको पूर्णतया आपने सिद्ध भी किया और संगीत में रसों के माध्यम से सबको आह्लादित कर दिया है। तो मैं मेरे तो मैडम गुरु हैं, आपको मैं बता देता हूँ कि संगीतोपचार की शिक्षा और योग की शिक्षा आपसे विश्वविद्यालय में मैंने प्राप्त की है, तो बहुत सानिध्य मिला है आपका। तो दिलीप सर से विनती है कि सभी लोग, जो लोग का कोई प्रश्न हो यदि, तो पूछ सकते हैं। समय तो हो गया है, लेकिन हम लोग कुछ क्षण अगर कोई प्रश्न है तो मैडम से पूछ सकते हैं। हाँ,
Yeah, please, if you have any questions, please.
मैं नमस्कार, दिलीप कुमार बोल रहा हूँ। मैंने आपकी पुस्तक पढ़ी, आज बहुत अच्छी लगी पूरी पढ़ के, और उसमें जितनी चीजें आपने कवर की है, इसमें तो बहुत शॉर्ट में आ पाया है, पर देयर आर मेनी डिजीजेस यू कैन क्योर बाय all this music therapy. So we will like to have a session in which you will focus only on the therapy, music therapy. Okay.
Sure.
Namaskar.
Thank you so much. Because I have to tell what is music therapy before giving. So that is why I brought all these aspects. And also, I just wanted to tell you, I'll be starting my music therapy course. My music therapy course is approved by Health Sector Skill Council. It is a 30 hours 2-credit course, which is going to start on May 18th. If anyone interested, I will share the flyer with Vikas ji. You may please let them know. It will be very helpful for self-care as well as helping others.
Yes, we will propagate it. It will be in our interest.
Thank you.
मैडम कशिश जी का कहना है कि वो ये सत्र ऑफलाइन चाहते हैं अपने विद्यालय में, और डॉक्टर समीर कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। आप अनम्यूट करके आप बोल सकते हैं।
Good evening, ma'am. I am Colonel Dr. Sameer Mishra, Executive Director, LMA. First of all, I would like to thank you for such an enlightened session. And in fact, in our childhood, we had seen one movie of Sanjeev Kumar on Navrasa. And now today, after so many years, we are able to learn more about the music. And the best part is that the way you had connected the music with the scientific healing, like that chemical reactions and use of music to heal the wounds. That is excellent. And in fact, in future also, we will like to have some more session on this subject. As you said that 1 hour is very less, exactly 1 hour is very less. We like to have series of these sessions for the benefit of LMA members.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Karuna. I'm Dr. Ajay from Lucknow. I'm working with Tatas. So it's a wonderful session by you. In fact, very mesmerizing, very informative, and lot of new things we learned. How we can heal our body, soul, and mind through music. That's you have given a wonderful insight into that. We will definitely very thankful for such kind of insight, and we look forward to have such more sessions with you. Once you start your 30-hour course, just let us know. Those who are interested from my organization or my friends, they will be interested to join there. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam, my request is there. The next program should be focused only on diseases, how they are to be removed by the
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. We will do that, sir. We
Right.
definitely.
Because
Dilip
people
sir.
are
Ma'am,
more
I
interested
got
in
one
just
question. That generally it is, as you told, that because of the Pitta dosh, generally the symptom is the headache. And I have seen that whenever somebody is suffering from a headache, he or she want a total silence. In that case, how and matlab, what type of music should be played? Because he or she want a total silence, not a matlab, pin drop silence. So that is the challenge.
Sir, in my book, I have written a book on an introduction to Indian music therapy.
Okay.
Next week, it will be coming to Amazon because
Okay.
the copies were over. I had to print again. So what I have done is, see, pitta means whenever there is a pitta imbalance, it's not just headache. It is various disease like cardiovascular disease, hypertension, amla pitta, that is acidity, or so many like even ulcers, everything, so many things, diseases will come through pitta imbalance. And yes, one of the symptoms is headache. And we have done a validation of Raga module for taking some 10 people, and we have done the experimentation for acidity, that which we call it as amla pitta in Ayurveda. So in that, what we have used is, we have used according to the time theory, we have used Ridha Komal, ragas with Ridha Komal. So like Purvi, Marva and all will really help them in calming down. So and according to the time theory and according to the instruments used. So whenever there is a headache, you have to use that flute music. And the volume, that is why I told when I was mentioning about what is music therapy, acoustic is also one of the important aspect which we learn in music therapy. What is the volume to be used? All these things is very much important. So,
Like, ma'am, we are suffering in the Ayurveda or allopathy, where somebody is suffering from some disease. So the capsules or medicines, they are coming. So can we have some sort of a musical capsule sort of thing which is coming? So whenever
that is
we are
what
suffering
we
from
have
that, we can
validated.
play that.
Sir, yes. What your question is very valid. That is what we have validated. That paper is going to is accepted for publication. It is going to be published in July, sir. I'm going to share with you all that. Like a capsule it is. So 4 ragas, what we have done is 4 ragas, morning, evening, afternoon, and night. What you have to play and what is the music you have to use. That we have validated with, I think throughout India, some 20 experts have validated this, sir. The 20 experts who
Yes.
are Ayurveda doctors as well as music experts have validated this ragas. What should be used during a
Yes.
pitta imbalance.
Ma'am,
So that
that
is
is that,
what.
ma'am, like you had said that it will be available, the list will be available. I want that the music in a musical form should be there, like a CD and all that. So one refer the this thing and he can play that particular music, because finding a guru and who can play the exact amount of raga and this thing in that same this thing is very difficult. So if
Yes.
that can be done, that will be a very good this thing for the people, those who are suffering.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Mishra,
We
many
should
more
bring that
people are,
app, sir.
Dr. Mishra, many more people are in the chat waiting to ask the question. Please
Right.
give time to others also. Okay. Anurag, you may ask question. There are many people asking the question.
Hello, ma'am. This is Anurag here. It is a great session from you. I'm just curious to understand that how is the young generation connecting when you do these sessions, and are they really able to relate? We come from 80s, so we understand a little bit balance, but kids who are born in 90s and 2000s, right? How are you How are they connecting with these sessions and this music therapies?
Oh, most of my students come from music yoga therapy. And you know, all youngsters come to yoga therapy. Like Vikas ji is one of my students. So many youngsters, once they come to yoga therapy, they are interested in music therapy because the base for both music therapy and yoga therapy is the same. So
Okay.
people come actually, and more of Ayurvedic doctors. Ayurveda doctors come, youngsters who have passed, and final year naturopathy students, final year BAMS students, they all come and join my course.
Okay.
But
Okay.
your Anurag ji, what you told is right, but marketing this music therapy course is there, na? It's very difficult. Because
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was trying to ask. That how
but
we can reach out to
you
those
may ask,
generations
because see, it's going on very well.
Okay, that's nice. Vikas sir is always young and happy. You can't deny that. I think in his 60s he'll be also the same.
So Vikas ji actually supported me a lot for starting my organization and all, my logo and all. He translated whatever was in my mind into my logo. So he has helped me a lot.
Oh, wow. That's very happy to hear. And I just want to call out like one thing, ma'am, right? Like we have like American apps coming in. They are called like Slow Dive and other apps that are, right now booming in India. So why not we have an app of Indian culture that people can download and they can have like morning, afternoon, and evening, small bites of 15 minutes that can help them to de-stress. So that would be a game changer for India. That's what I'm just thinking.
Yeah, we need a lot of finance for that, right?
Okay. Software
Madam,
side, I would be happy to help for
okay.
sure.
So
Please,
nice, so nice.
please,
Thank you
please
so much.
prepare, madam,
Definitely, I will
madam,
take.
please prepare a budget estimate, financial required. We will try to help it.
Thank you so much. We will do. Actually, it's my dream. Actually,
Okay.
my dream is research, more of research. Yeah, lot of things should happen, because it took me. I just wanted to share with you. It took me to connect this psychology, to connect this aspect of Ayurveda and psychological thing. To connect this, it took me almost 20 years to come to this state, because music therapy is an abstract subject. It's not easy for us to do this, to come to this. They say this raga helps this, but why it is helped? I just want to share one aspect I have got that aspect even in my course. See, our Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, was the one who made me to go to this music therapy field. He would never, I will say, I want to do it on yoga therapy, my PhD. He would say, no, only music therapy. So he was the one who pushed me into music therapy. He sent me to one ashram. It is there in Mysore, Sachidananda Ganapati Ashram. Here, what they do is, they ask your Rashi, that is Nakshatra and Rashi. According to that, they will put with some music. So he sent me there. Then I went. That person asked me, which is your Rashi? I said, Kataka Rashi. So then Kataka Rashi, oh, then it is moon. He put Hindole Ragam and he made me to sit for 15 minutes with the reclining chair and beautiful headphone. It was beautiful. I asked them, what is the basis why you are giving me Hindola Raga? No answer for that, because it is a trade secret. He didn't answer. Then I came and told Guruji, sir, this is what has happened. They won't tell what it is. Sir, then this is your research topic. You write a paper. So I have written a paper. It is available on the net. You can see that. So I bring in my courses, medical astrology. I draw the birth chart of that person. You yourself can do that. Birth chart of the person is drawn, and according to the nakshatra, which is the dosha of that person. What are the disease propensity of that person? According to that, ragas are given. So I teach them in my course.
Very interesting, very interesting.
So Vikas ji can tell that he has done that course.
अब इस तरह की चर्चा प्रारंभ हो चुकी है डॉक्टर समीर जी और अनुराग जी के प्रश्नों से कि अगर हम लोग 1 घंटा और भी बैठे तो ये समाप्त होने वाली है नहीं। तो
यदि
आगे
एक सेशन
मैडम से
और करने
विनती
का,
है।
मैडम से एक वायदा ले लो कि एक सेशन और सिर्फ बीमारियों पर करेंगे।
हाँ,
सिर्फ बीमारी,
प्रश्नोत्तर का एक सत्र आप से विनती है कि आगे
सिर्फ बीमारियां की रेमेडी बाय म्यूजिक। दैट इज
Sure, sure. I'll do that, Vikasi. No
ओके,
problem.
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
I'm always there to share my knowledge. I love to do that, and especially people who are interested.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
It is I'm so happy to address this August gathering. Really, it's so nice. You are all interested, and you will understand the concept. So some youngsters don't
I
have.
was, after reading your Kindle book, I have learned many things. So now I want to know more. That's all. That hard
Sure,
copy book,
sure.
when the hard copy books will be available?
I will send it next week. I have told Vikas ji next week it will come. I will send it to you, sir.
Okay, okay,
If you
thank
give your address, I will personally, I will only
you.
post it.
We will place order for it. No problem. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
Vikas ji,
ma'am.
shall I close the session?
Yes, ma'am, with prayer.
Yeah.
Prayer.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Thank you so much.
थैंक यू मैडम। नमस्ते सभी को, शुभ रात्रि।